I'm going to go live, Doc.
Well, good. I don't want to see you go dead. Oh, gosh, it's...
Make sure you talk right into that. You're in charge. Welcome to the show, everyone. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about health, wealth, and happiness, otherwise fun, pleasure, excitement, and success. I have with me Doc, the owner of Hypnotic One. He is my longest running guest on my show consecutively, over 16 years, and we're so fortunate to have him here in the Valley with us. Welcome back to the show, Doc. I want you to kind of tell everybody a little bit about today what you want to talk about with everyone out there.
Well, I'm going to talk about a little bit different things because I'm not going to explain everything except what we do. Otherwise, we get the people to become successful in your health, your wealth, and your happiness. And the thing is you can't understand the whole program, what we do in 30 minutes on the radio or maybe even an hour coming in. Just like anything else in life, you understand it after you do it. And the biggest thing is knowing what you want, not what you don't want. And we'll go from there. Carol, I know you've got some questions to ask me. Go for it.
I do. So I want to know what you do really to help people.
Well, they've got obstacles. They've got habits, unwanted and outdated. They've got addictions. And we need to get rid of them. We find the underlying cause and we get rid of it. We don't just take and give you positive affirmations to move forward. No, we get rid of the underlying problem.
So you really get rid of the addictions and habits that people have, even no matter how long they've had them?
It doesn't matter how long you've had it. You know, the idea that practice makes perfect is not true. Practice makes permanent. And we train the mind to automatically do a new habit. Otherwise, replace the old habit or addiction with a positive habit for good health.
Well, this is something else I want to talk to you about. What about people that want to be more successful in sports?
In sports, I've worked with a lot of professional sports and amateur sports people, even high school basketball players, football players. I worked with NFL football players. I worked with the #1 heavyweight champion of the world in karate years back. And the thing is everybody's got a tell. Everybody's got something in their mind that holds them back from being that gold medalist or whatever it is. And they'll even tell you. I had one golfer come in last year and he says, my mind's getting in my way. And I says, good. At least you know what your problem is. Because if we get rid of all the bad habits, then all we have is success.
Well, when I do want to give out your information for people because, you're listening, Doc, there's a lot of people out there that have dealing with issues years and years and years, and they procrastinate, right?
Oh, procrastination is the worst thing a person can do. If you've got a problem, why procrastinate? Why not get rid of it? It's just how successful would a person be if they never went to school? You went to school to read, write, and do your arithmetic and a few other things, but imagine your life without that. But when it comes to their personal life, they make a lot of mistakes and they keep making them. They practice those mistakes so they become permanent, and they think that's the way their life has to be or it's going to be. And then they make an excuse for it. Oh, mom was that way, dad was that way, my brother's that way, or I'm broke and I can't help it. Once we get rid of the excuses, all of a sudden we start healing and start moving forward. You show me a person with excuses and I'll show you a loser. A winner never has an excuse because they don't need them.
And when you work with people, you want them to come in, you want them to see what this is all about.
That's it. Like I say, you won't learn a lot on radio or on television or even read the book. Come on in, because every hypnotist, there's a few hypnotists in the valley. There's a couple of them that's halfway decent, but the thing is, they haven't went through the experience that I have. Otherwise, when I was in karate for 8 years. And when I was in that, I didn't know it at that time, but they was actually hypnotizing me. And when I was teaching, I was hypnotizing my students. So the thing is I have been used to it. So when I went into school to become a hypnotherapist, it all of a sudden dawned on me, I've got a lot of training in the athletic part of it. And then when I learned about the personal and the business thing, it just become common sense to me. And all my programs are based A, on common sense, B, on good health, and C, on taking control of your life instead of doing the same old thing.
His phone number to call is 602-547-0446. Check him out, hypnotic1.com. What about people in business? Can you help them become more successful?
Well, people in business, they take their personal problems right with them, or they keep doing the same thing over and over again. We are a creature of habit, and everybody's heard of that. So the thing is, times are changing, and they've always been changing. So we have to stay above the curve, or in front of the curve. And the thing is, a successful business person is always looking for that next thing to do to keep them in front of the public's eye, and to do it now. Not to sit and procrastinate or think about it or overthink about it, but to sit down and have a formula. And we've got a formula for athletes, we got a formula for people in business, and we got a formula for kids. We've got a formula for personal growth. So the thing is, if you don't know the formula, how are you going to get it done? Otherwise, there's a lock on life, and we've got the keys to it.
That number to call again, 602-547-0446. I love this question. Can you help people that don't believe in hypnosis?
Oh, most definitely, because the thing is you don't have to believe in something. You might not believe in refrigeration, but you use it. You might not believe in a lot of things, but you use it. You don't know how a computer works, but you use it. You don't know how a television works, but you use it. And a person that says, I don't believe in hypnosis, doesn't know what it is, because they've probably been hypnotized to believe in what they are right now. Otherwise, they've been hypnotized to believe that they're a loser, or that they're a drug addict, or that there's something in their life. And we're going to automatically get rid of that and reprogram that, just like rebooting your computer and putting new programs in it, so that automatically you start achieving the goals that you want to.
He's been helping people in the Valley for almost 40 years, and he's done it all over the world. And he has gone through school. He's different. Now, I know you say that there's other hypnotists out there, but you know what? They're different than Doc.
And most hypnotists out there, you'll walk in there, you've asked their price, and it's not, oh, that's really inexpensive. It's $100 or $200 a session. And then you ask, how many sessions will it take? And he says, oh, most people can do it in one, but it's going to take you 6. But the thing is, as soon as you get in there and sit down in the chair, he's going to get out a paper, and it has a script on it. He's going to read. Now, if he's reading that script and put you into a trance, how is he looking at how you're responding to each and every one of his words? And that is very important.
We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we're going to talk further. You can check him out on his website. It's hypnotic1.com. Doc has a 98% success rate. Let me just tell you something. He won't let you fail. We're going to talk about that. We always need to do that. And when you work with him, it's a lifetime warranty. His number is 602-547-0446. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a minute.
See, you didn't follow the script, did you?
Well, I couldn't.
Neither did I.
But because you went right here, so I just kind of went there. But I was just throwing in. I wanted to make sure I got the number out more than one time. So, anyway, we're live still in here, so I want to keep on going. You have a lot of different things that you're trying to help people with. What is the number one thing that you hear over and over again, that one, is the top one that comes in all the time when people...
Can I do it? Will it work for me? And when they say that, it's kind of like they're looking for guarantee of it. They're looking for maybe to fail. And everybody can do it if you've got an IQ of at least 75. And that means if they walked in here, if they read a sheet, if they read the paper or the book, they can do it. They just haven't been taught how to do it properly. Most people use self-hypnosis in a negative way. They tell themselves what not to do. And that's exactly what then they do.
Right.
I don't want to smoke. So they keep smoking. So the thing is, it's not just putting a person into a trance, it's how to get them to motivate and to change rapidly and easily into what they want to achieve. That's a big thing. And most hypnotists out there, they read a script. They don't understand and know how to take the person and go back in time and find out the underlying problem when it was there. And that's in your mind. That's your core belief. Mm-hmm. If you got bit when you was a 2-year-old by a dog, you don't know when you're an adult why you're afraid of little puppies, but you are, because that's in your subconscious program.
Right.
So you will never get the person over that.
But with hypnosis, you can go back?
That's what I use hypnosis for, because under hypnosis, you have 100% total recall memory. You can even remember coming down your mother's birth canal, unless you're cesarean birth. Mm. And sometimes that's a problem. So it's a lot of things. There's things called rebirthing, where people couldn't walk very good, and all of a sudden they've been rebirthed through hypnosis, and now they can walk right.
Wow.
Isn't it fantastic? We only use 10% of our mind. I don't think a lot of people use that much of it. Because when you're really tired, you haven't done physical labor throughout the day, but you're very tired, that's a fatigue. You've used your mind. And most people really don't like to do new things. But everybody listening loves to do new things. That's why they call me at hypnotic1.com and 602-547-0446.
So welcome back, everyone. So we're kind of doing things a little differently today. We're talking, letting Doc kind of explain how you do what you can do for people is really what you're trying to get down to the nitty-gritty.
That's right. When people come in, they don't care about hypnosis. They don't care about anything else. They just care that you're going to be able to help them overcome their obstacles, maybe break an addiction or a bad habit or unwanted habit or a habit that you've just outgrown, you don't need anymore.
I'm going to ask you really quickly. I know I'm not following exactly, but I just want to ask you something, because we said this to Facebook land, and I really want to bring it back real quickly. And I said to you, what is the number one thing that people ask you? And you basically said, will it work for me?
Yeah. Will it work for me? Of course it does. And you just have to know how to use it. How long does it take? It depends on the person. And the thing is it works for everyone that has an IQ of over 72 to 75.
You have to want to?
Not really.
No.
But you have to want to come in and change it a little bit. But you don't have to do the work that you think you have to do. I've had parents bring students in and get them enrolled, and the student really didn't want to change, but all of a sudden they did. And that's the other thing I do. I find out what motivates that person. Because there's 2 reasons people fail at anything. First, they don't know how. Second, they don't want it bad enough. If a person doesn't want something very bad, they're not going to achieve it. So you have to find out what's going to motivate them.
The number to call them is 602-547-0446. I want to ask you this. Is something I don't think I've ever asked you. Is your program affordable to the average person?
I make it affordable for the average person. I know everybody out there wants something that's cheap and easy and fast, and actually they want it free. But how many free things did you ever get that was really worth your time and effort? And really, after it's done, each and every person goes, wow, that was really worth the time and the effort and the cost of it. It doesn't cost you anything. It's an investment. And the things that people like come in for stop smoking, The thing is they're spending about $4,000 to $5,000 a year on smoking. And when they say, I want to go home and think about it, I'm thinking, well, the investment starts paying off the day you start working with me. Otherwise, you start making the money back instead of paying the money out. What kind of fool would say, no, let me think about stop smoking? No. Anybody who smokes, I'm sorry, it's really kind of silly and stupid, and I used to be a heavy smoker. Paying all that money to make yourself sick, and then you got to make excuses and lie about it and tell everybody that you really enjoy it, and you don't. I know that for a fact, and that's why my favorite thing, and it's so simple and so easy, is get people off smoking, off tobacco, and I even pushed that into the drugs, and gosh, it was easy getting people off heroin, meth, coke, because you don't take it away from them. You all of a sudden change their mindset where they don't like it, they don't want it, they don't need it, and that's why they don't have flashbacks or they don't have regression when they start it up again.
That's true. I mean, and I've seen it. I've seen what you've done with people. It's pretty amazing.
And I bet you've looked at that page I give you today and wondered how I paid that guy $500
I was just
going through my
that.
program. Yeah, because the thing is, he come in a few weeks back. It's probably a couple months now. He'd come in, and he was from out of town. He'd come down from South Dakota, and he was staying here for a while. He says, you know, I got really a bad habit of nail biting. He's 65, 70 years old. He says, I got a real bad thing of nail biting. I looked at his nails and I said, you sure do, because it's almost bleeding. And his wife's sitting there and she's shaking her head yes and no. And I says, do you have anything else that you'd like to work on too? Because nail biting is really simple. And so he says, yeah, I want to lose some weight. I said, okay, let me put you on the weight program, and you're not going to lose it. You're just going to kind of get rid of it and burn some fat off. And just follow the simple suggestions. Can you do that? He says, yeah. I says, you know what? If you follow all those suggestions, you're going to be successful in both of them. And I'll give you $500 cash or check if I can video you at the end, whether you are successful or not, if I can video you. He says, really? I says, yes. And I says, I'll give you another bonus. I looked at his wife and I says, if you want to do this too for the weight loss, I know you're about 5 or 10 pounds. She's probably about 25 pounds overweight, and she's about 65. And I will do yours free. And he's yeah, I'm doing it. The first week, she took off like 8 pounds. He took off 6, and I told them not to do anything different. Do not diet and do not exercise, and they both took off weight. And they go, wow, why did I do the weight before I did the nail biting? To show him just the simple suggestions I give him on the CDs. It automatically works in every area of your life. And at the end, when he was getting ready to go back, he says, are you ready for me to do the video? I says, yes. Now, just tell it the way it is. He says, Doc, you did a fantastic job for me. And my wife, I wish you could have been here, but she's packing. But the thing is, look at my nails. The suggestions that you give me all of a sudden sunk into me, and I'm over 20 pounds less. And I didn't go on a diet, and we're not exercising, but we're enjoying our walk together and our talks together.
Isn't that cool?
That's
and you gave
cool.
them that money, you did that for them.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And I think I'm going to put that in all my programs.
So listen up, everybody, what he's offering, because he wants you to come in and help. You want to help them kind of be spokespeople for you.
I've got 1,000 more people I want to help before I retire. So the thing is get in and get it done, and then be able to share it with your friends and family. If you're a parent, imagine if you got great communication within yourself, have great communication with your kids, your grandkids. Don't always take your grandkids to McDonald's. Don't always give them something sweet, because you're programming them the wrong way.
Well, listen, if you want to get, all you have to do is come in and talk to him, and he's going to sit down and work with you. And you're offering for people that do a video with you, it's $500.
Yeah.
It's worth every penny as far as I'm concerned. That number to call him direct is 547-0446. Go ahead.
It's like all successful businesses, they want to expand, and I wanted to expand again because every once in a while I get another exciting thought in my mind, and I'm expanding again. I need some help. I don't mean therapy help. I mean some body's help. Otherwise, I need people that are listening to come in. I'm paying them like $50 an hour to do the things that you don't have to be trained to do, but do the things you probably normally do. Come in and see what it is, and all I need to do is have you text me your name, your age, and your phone number where I can get back in the best time and get a hold of you. It's very, very simple. Some of the things is just going to be walking, and going to take a video of you walking. Some of it's going to be a non-sweat video of you maybe doing a push-up or bending your knees. But I've got a lot, and it's not always exercise. Maybe it'd be going out eating. So the thing is call me, text me. But text me with your name and number, and I'll get back with you, and I'll explain it. I'll set you up a time so you can come in. I can better explain it, because it might take you an hour for me to explain the different positions I have open so you can have fun, pleasure, and excitement. And for those people that always say, well, I'm on a fixed income, that's a lie anymore, because you can come in and make more money than you are now.
$50 an hour, guys. I don't know who's paying that right now.
And how many hours do you want to work? I don't care. The thing is you're going to be better off and learn something, because everything you do new, you're going to learn something.
The phone number to call them or text as well with your name and phone number is 602-547-0446. Again, I'm going to say that again slow. 602-547-0446. The work with everybody, or you work with everybody, or just certain people?
No, I don't work with everybody. I work with about a third of the people come in, because some people just aren't ready. And yes, we can get them ready, move them forward, but some people have their own idea what it is, and we've got to change that. But if I don't think I can help you, I'm going to tell them. And so don't waste your money and time, and don't waste my time, because I'm looking for successful people. And I'm also looking for hypnotherapists out there to come in and help me, because I don't want to work 100 hours a week anymore. I've got new things going on, but I will train you. If you're a hypnotherapist already, I'll train you to do it the right way and to get faster, more permanent results than you ever have in the past.
Real quickly, Doc, how long does it turn around when somebody sees a change?
Usually the first week.
Yeah.
And it's surprising, and they'll even tell me, says, I can't believe it's happening this quick. And then they'll come up with, well, how long is it good for? I says, as long as you practice it. And he said, practice? I says, yeah, practice makes what? And they always say, what?
Permanent.
They say perfect, but it is permanent.
Oh, permanent. I've been saying that because you said it.
Practice makes permanent. It does not make perfect. We train you to get better. And all of a sudden, you don't even have to understand everything we're doing, but all of a sudden, just follow direction, just like a map, and you too will be successful.
Tell them again what you're looking for, real quickly.
I'm looking for people that want an extra income. You want $50 extra an hour? You want to come in and get rid of a habit or addiction? Or you just want to do some work? Give me a text, 602-547-0446.
Check him out on his website. It's hypnotic1.com. Let me tell you something. Doc has been doing this for 40 years, over 40 years, and he's done it all over the world. He's different than anyone else out there. Again, call or text him at 602-547-0446.
There's two groups of people, ones that are successful and everybody else. Thank you, Carol. Yeah, it's just a change up.